Powerhouse, presented by Alliant Energy.
Welcome back to Powerhouse. It's simple, it's convenient, and it saves energy. We're talking about the Green Switch, and joining us is Robin Pelfrey to tell us about this wireless home energy system. And Robin, thanks for joining us. Tell us about the Green Switch.
What you have is a master power switch that will control any light switch, thermostat, and outlet that you put together in the system. Right now, everybody knows that there are things like phantom power loads that are drawing power when things are turned off, and that we shouldn't be leaving lights on, but the reality is everybody doesn't necessarily run around the house turning off the power strips, or we're busy and we run away and the kids have left the lights on. So what Green Switch did is said, let's find a way to tie all those together and make it so that all you have to do is flip one simple switch to turn all those things into energy saving mode. And the cool thing too is it's also very easy to install and it's very affordable. So as opposed to home automation, which can be thousands and thousands of dollars, you can put this in your home for much less.
Let's talk a little bit about that. Okay,
sure.
So retrofit, you can do that very easily.
Absolutely, because really these are the components. They're all here. There's no computer, no programming, no extra panels or pieces to buy. All the brains are right here in this. There's a chip in with it. All you have to do is you go and you figure out where in your house you want to control the system from, and you find an existing light switch, and you pull it out, and then you take ours, wire it in just like you would anything from the store, and this saves the light switch that was there, and it adds our little control switch to it. And then you go through your home or your small business. That's where we're finding most people are finding this most useful. And what you do is you go through and you go, all right, where do I have lights that people leave on? Now, oftentimes that's bedrooms, especially when they're upstairs or far away. We also put them a lot in basements where people close the door and forget that the light's on, or in garages as well. And all you have to do is flip out the switch that you have there. Again, wire this one in, takes just a couple of minutes, pop it in. Second thing is you look at outlets, and this is where you've got those phantom power loads where they're drawing power even when turned off. So what we're trying to do is say everywhere that you would put a power strip, instead of putting the power strip that's ugly and looks out and you forget to turn off, that what you do is you pop out your outlet and put one of these in.
Yeah, and these are all controlled by RF then?
That's right. So wiring, distance, all those kinds of things don't matter, because this, just like your portable phones will send a signal, this sends a 2.4 gigahertz radio signal out to all the other components.
Just along the system then?
Yeah, it creates, like a daisy chain. This sends a signal that picks up to the next closest component and the next closest component. So I could do a whole huge facility with just one control switch, as long as they're 150 feet.
And then, so then you'd have this one switch and
power everything down. You want to see it in action?
Yeah.
All right. So here's what we go. You have your master power switch in your wall right here. All you have to do when you're leaving your home or your business, or you go to bed at night, you flip the switch down. It's got a 30-second delay, so realistically...
allows you to get out of the room or to leave?
Exactly,
Okay.
You've got it. So you can get out the door, or I joke and I say, or it gets you under the covers if you're going to bed at night. So what it'll do is it's going to turn off my light here, which is tied to this switch, so that what it's doing is it's taking care of the light that's left on. Ooh, we haven't talked about the thermostat yet.
And that's another option.
That's right. And what it also will do is, if you choose to use our thermostat, it's going to take this thermostat and put it in economy mode as well. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a sec. Oh, see,
Just
here it
kicked
goes.
off. So
that's right.
30 seconds and everything's off then.
Everything's gone. And in fact, what you can see here is these are plugged in here. It turned off the phantom power load to the television right here, and it left the alarm clock on. Now, remember I said before that what we're trying to do is take care of those larger phantom power loads. When you look in the house, we're not trying to have you put it behind the microwave or the toaster. That doesn't have enough of a phantom power load to make this cost effective. And what we're trying to do is save you money, not have you spend extra money. So what you want to do is put it behind TV entertainment centers, computer systems, or if you've got a lot of what I like to call wall warts plugged in. You know, the phones and the PDAs and the iPods and all that stuff. Yeah, because those don't need to be charging 24/7.
Right. Just wasting energy.
That's right. Or another big thing I discovered is, especially when I'm out and about, guys were saying, oh, my whole array of power tools. I've got my drill and I've got my this plugged in.
The man tool.
That's right. So you'd place those outlets there. Now, we have a couple little different kinds of outlets that you can use. You can have what we call a single or a split receptacle or a double. And that's because if you think about where you're going to put these, let's go with the TV entertainment center, because I've got this set up here. If you've only got one plug behind your TV entertainment center, you want to turn off your TV, but you might have something recording. Like you might have something recording Powerhouse so that you can get your tips later on.
As our viewers do. Thank you very much, Robin.
I understand.
And we don't want to lose that in that DVR or that TiVo.
Right, so you don't want to cut the power to that. So then what you would do is you would plug your TV into the top one and your DVR into the bottom one so that, like my alarm clock here,
Still on.
it stays on and everything up here goes off. And of course, you can still use your power strip, you haven't wasted that, if you've got a television and a DVD player and an old VCR, something like that. You can just plug those into the power strip, plug the power strip into the piece that goes up.
Very interesting. Our viewers, I'm sure, are wondering, okay, Robin, cost.
Oh, sure. It really is all based on prices per component. You know, there's no kit per se because it's very customizable based on what you need. It costs about $190 for the controller, and that's the only piece that you really have to have. And then it's about $60 for the other pieces.
So an average installation might be
Well, you
500 max, or
Yeah,
right
well,
around there?
500 max. 500 is very normal,
Okay.
is what we're finding. Some are going as low as 300, and if you've got lots of toys and things you want to plug in or lots of lights that people leave on, we've seen things go up to about 1,000. But 500 is real normal.
And Robin, the green switch, it's simple, it's convenient, and it saves energy.
That's right.
I like it.
Thank you.
Robin Pelfrey with the green switch, thank you very much. And let's go see what Megan's up to. So are you finding some interesting things?
I am. Good displays like this one on insulation.
You know, that reminds me of something that Steve Thomas said this morning on how you can start conserving energy.
The highest, quickest, most satisfying, cheapest, most boring project you can do to your house is air sealing and insulation. It's not sexy, it's not interesting, you can't brag about it at cocktail parties. It's not like putting photovoltaics on your house. It's not like putting a hybrid in your driveway. It's just really boring. But the payback is immediate. The cost is relatively inexpensive. Average house in the United States probably costs about $3,000 for insulation and air sealing. It makes an immediate difference in your energy bills, as much as 30%.
Energy.